Good morning, YouTube. Monty53 here. First, I'd like to wish a happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. This morning, I'm smoking the Savinelli 673, also known as the Friday Savinelli. What is that, the Lucite? And in it, I'm smoking Kingsfoil from the Country Squire. This is a real nice Virginia and Kentucky blend. Well, I hope you're all having a great weekend so far. This morning I'm just going to enjoy my first pipe of the day. And right now my wife and my kids are making breakfast for me. So I'm very thankful for that. Kind of just wanted to come to you today and talk about the person who influenced me the most in pipe smoking. And that would be my dad. I've mentioned before that he last year was he said it was 58 years that he started, or his 58th year in pipe smoking. And right now that'd make it 59 years for him. And growing up, we always had the scent of pipe tobacco in our house. And I mentioned this before in other videos, but since it's Father's Day, I thought I'd go a little bit more in depth on his influence in pipe smoking. But even as I can remember as a child, he always had half and half tobacco, a pouch sitting in his pocket, and one of his favorite pipes. On occasion, he would have Captain Black and the White Pack. I guess that's the original. I always just like to call it the White Pack, since they're all different colors, different scent or blends and stuff have different colors. But those were the two prominent tobacco blends that I remember my dad smoking. And you know, my friends would always come over, or people visited the house. They'd be like, "Oh, is your dad a pipe smoker?" Like, "Oh yeah, he is." They go, "Man, that smells so good." And I could always tell the difference between, of course, the stale smell of cigarette smoke and the beautiful aroma of pipe tobacco. And on occasion, he'd have a cigar. He did like his cigars, but really, my dad always had a pipe in his hand. And experiencing that with my dad smoking and enjoying it, we ended up, probably back when I was 17, 18 years old, I had bought my first pipe. It was a corn cob. And then when I had a little bit more money, I ended up getting a Dr. Graybo. But I always would hit up on the Captain Black and the White Pack. That was my go-to tobacco when I was in later years in high school and in the college. But sometime after that, I got into cigars and would just smoke pipes on occasion. But I also do remember in the, I don't know if it was the late 80s, early 90s, my dad ended up, you know, he would visit tobacco shops and pipe shops. And he went to one in Birmingham, Michigan. And he would visit that pipe shop, and the owner had a special blend he was talking to my dad about. There was a doctor who was a pipe smoker, and he asked him if he would make a certain type of blend. And the owner said sure. And he just made a certain bulk for the gentleman, for the doctor, and he asked if my dad would try it. And my dad tried it, and man, he fell in love with it. And for years, he smoked that. It was called the President's Blend. But unfortunately, after time, the owner passed away. The wife did know the blend, and she took over the business, and she would make it for my dad. But then after a while, she just sold the building, got out and sold the building to somebody else. And so my dad ended up losing his President's Blend. And I mean, on occasion, you might get a tin from somewhere or something different to try, because he was back to experimental. He liked one particular blend, but boy, when that happened, and they sold the business, I remember my dad getting tins and different things and trying to figure out, okay, what pipe tobacco do I like? And he ended up going back to Captain Black and the White Pack. And he's been smoking that ever since. So, what's kind of cool is now that I'm back into pipe smoking, going on almost 2 years, when I would go over for 4th of July or a party, like today, Father's Day, go over to my mom and dad's house. They have a nice deck on the back, in their backyard with a pool, and my kids can go swimming. But for a few years, I've been, no, more than a few, 15 years, visiting. I would always bring cigars, and my dad would smoke his pipe, and we'd have nice conversations. Letters out. But in the last 2 years, because I smoke a pipe, and one of my brothers, he loves to collect cobs. We've been bringing our pipes out to the house in different blends and having a great time smoking our pipes and just having great conversations. It seems that, yes, a cigar helped in the past, but for some reason, different pipes and pipe tobaccos and, kind of doing what my dad has always enjoyed and enjoying it with him has really, I think, brought our bond closer between my dad and one of my brothers. And we just sit for a couple hours and smoke pipes, watch the kids swim, and enjoy our day. And that's what I plan on doing today. I'm going to have a duffel bag, and I'm going to put a bunch of jars in there. Because my dad does not experiment with different tobaccos, he's all Captain Black, I get the pleasure of, I'll bring different blends, maybe an English blend, a vapor, different kinds of stuff. Not so much any aromatics. And my dad tries them. And I can tell that he enjoys the English blends that I bring. And I think there's one it's that Three Noggins by Rattrays. It was a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago, we were there, and he was like, hey, that smells pretty good. And he was smoking it, and he liked it. I don't think it's enough for him to switch. He's set in his ways with that Captain Black. But I think he really enjoys when I bring my bag of goodies in all my different jars. And he can open it up, smell what the kind of like the tin note would be. I know it's not in a tin, but the glass jar note, because they're all in little jars like these. But yeah, he gets to sit there, try something new. I always like to bring him something new, and I think he gets involved, and he really gets interested in my experiment of what type of tobaccos I like, and he benefits from it because he gets to try them and maybe find something. But I don't see him getting out and buying any tins anytime soon. He loves that Captain Black bulk pack, big stuff of Captain Black you can get. Heck, I mean, one time I even went to Paul's pipe shop and bought him about an ounce and a half of one of Dan's blends. And my dad said, oh, this is really good. The next time I came over, I was asking him, you still liking that blend? He goes, oh yeah, I mixed it in with my Captain Black and it's perfect. It's like, okay, I won't do that again. I get the hint. But he enjoys me bringing the jars, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to sit on the porch. It's going to be a pretty hot one here in Michigan. It's going to be about 88 degrees and possible thunderstorm, so hopefully we'll be able to get it in and have some smokes and some good conversations and a great dinner with my mom and my brothers and my sister and our families and enjoy this beautiful Sunday. So I just wanted to wish you all a great Father's Day and enjoy this beautiful weekend. And we will see you next week. Take care.